After being blind for 5 years, Carlos finally got his eyesight back. But when he looked around the home he once knew so well, he realized everything had changed. His wife's huge walk-in closet now held only a few old pairs of shoes. Her favorite dresses had been replaced by worn-out t-shirts. Even the jewelry box that used to be full of treasures was now completely empty. Looking at all of this, Carlos finally understood how hard Gabby's life had been during those 5 years.
There.
You got it back? Wow. Why are you limping?
Fell off a table. Don't want to talk about it.
That afternoon, while cleaning the house, Gabby noticed a beautiful dress hanging in the closet. It looked completely out of place. Carlos asked if she liked it. Gabby was stunned.
It's beautiful. Where'd it come from?
I bought it today. It's yours.
What? We can't afford this.
I sold the baseball. You never told me things had gotten so bad.
You were blind and depressed. Didn't want to add to it.
Thank you for taking such good care of us.
To make up for the way he treated her in the past, Carlos sincerely apologized to the strong woman standing before him, and from that moment on, he promised to take responsibility for the family again. For the first time in years, Gabby finally felt like her sacrifices had been worth it. The two hugged each other tightly. After fully recovering, Carlos started looking at his life differently. He wanted to see his daughter smile every day, so he quit his job as a massage therapist and decided to start over. Gabby did not say much about it, but neither of them knew that a high-paying job opportunity was about to appear. One day, Gabby stood in front of a store window, staring at a pair of high heels she loved. But she knew the discount clothing store next door was probably where she belonged now. Just as she was about to leave, a man named Brett stopped her. Brett used to be Carlos' business partner. Now he owned his own company. When he learned that Carlos had regained his eyesight, he immediately offered him a job.
Why? You need someone?
As a matter of fact, I do. Think you'd be interested?
I don't know. I can't speak for Carlos.
It's an upper-level position with lots of perks, and the salary's in the high six figures.
I'm now speaking for Carlos. He'll take it.
Great.
Gabby planned to discuss it with Carlos first, but the moment she heard the salary was in the 6 figures, she accepted the offer for him on the spot. To celebrate their new future, she walked straight into the store and bought the shoes she had always wanted. That evening, the moment Carlos got home, Gabby excitedly shared the good news, but to her surprise, Carlos said he had already found a job.
Fantastic. Well, you didn't sign a contract or anything, did you? Because maybe we can get them into a bidding war.
Unlikely. It's at the community center. I'm gonna work with the blind.
Great. And what's the signing bonus for that? A couple pencils? I thought you were going to get a better job. What happened to the world being your oyster?
It's meaningful work.
Who cares? Brad is offering perks. What kind of perks is this blind thing offering?
And it was a job he truly cared about. He said it would help make the world a better place and give his life more purpose. The only downside was the terrible pay. He wanted to work alongside blind people as a social worker. No matter how noble that sounded, Gabby was never going to agree, especially after buying those expensive shoes. So even after Carlos refused the high-paying job, Gabby secretly called Brett herself.
Hi, Bradley, it's Gabby Solis. I just talked to him and he's intrigued. How would you like to come over for dinner and seal the deal?
That night, Carlos walked through the door and immediately noticed 3 people sitting in the house. He instantly understood what Gabby was doing. After pulling her outside, the two pretended to discuss the trash by the front door while secretly making a deal. Gabby promised that if Carlos met with Brett and still was not interested afterward, she would drop the issue forever. Soon, all 4 of them sat down for dinner. But no matter how many benefits Brett described, Carlos remained determined to become a social worker. After the guests left, Gabby still refused to give up. She had carried this family for 5 years. She was exhausted. Now that Carlos could see again, she believed it was his turn to support the family and give them a better life. But Carlos had changed over the years. Now he wanted a life with peace and meaning. At the same time, he understood everything Gabby had sacrificed. So eventually he gave in.
Bradley. Hey, it's Carlos. Well, I've done some thinking, and I want that job, if it's still on the table. House price too.
Deep down, Gabby knew from the beginning that she would get what she wanted. But after Carlos threw himself into work, he spent less and less time at home, and their daughters became harder and harder to control. That day, Gabe told Juanita to take a bath, but Juanita refused to move until her cartoon was finished. Gabby got angry and turned off the TV, but Juanita simply stretched out on the couch and refused to budge. When talking nicely did not work, Gabby decided to drag her upstairs herself, but after only a few steps, she was already out of breath. By the time they reached the stairs, she simply could not pull her any farther.
Okay. I am willing to forget this entire incident if you just go jump in that bathtub right now. What do you say?
Seeing her daughter refuse to listen, Gabby became even more furious. But no matter how hard she tried, Juanita would not move an inch. Instead, Gabby strained her back from pulling too hard. Juanita calmly stood up and shook her head with a little smile, as if she was saying, "I knew you couldn't do it." After that, both daughters became even more rebellious. They threw clothes all over the house. Toys covered every inch of the floor, and neither of them cared when their mother yelled. Gabby called Carlos and asked him to help discipline the girls, but he was always busy at work. After on LY a few words, he hung up the phone.
Okay, Juanita, what is going on here? Why are you being so difficult? When Daddy asks you to do something, you just do it.
That's because I love Daddy more.
Quit